Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball popped. It's out, incomplete. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Tannehill. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Tiger. Go, zero. Good. Waiting.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And an alley to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 31 yards there and a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
We got three, folks.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal.
Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
How about that for defense? Every hole plugged up. Can't run it inside, can't bounce it outside. That sets up 4th and goal from the 2. Right now, advantage defense.
Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Black 99, feel it. Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tiger.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And the pitch goes to Miller. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 14 that time. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. The 1st down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful. And now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. To throw on 2nd is Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, it's Hawkins, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans are in for 6. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Makes the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let's go. Got 20.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Drake. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Tannehill hands to Drake. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Lamar Miller. The 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tiger. Hey, 20.
Here's Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they'll be set up with great field position as this is going to be touchdown right at the 40-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Tiger. Hey, black 22. Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Black 99 Philly.
They'll toss it to Miller. And he's got some space here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Reset.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
4 down.
Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Quinn. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And that is no good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. To throw is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 34 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. To the air yet again, Watson. Flushed out right. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Right back to Drake. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Got a man complete. This is Richard Rodgers. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And some room to maneuver. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Richmond.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come back.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Good lesson. Never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On first down, it's Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now a handoff for Drake. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now they try the right side here. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Yeah, baby. Move. Strong right. Strong right. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's fourth down. The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. You're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He finds an opening past the 40 and gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A very solid gain of 27.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On the give, this is Bray. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Play.
They'll run to Dre, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. 3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. DJ Reader able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he's going to go down again. Whitney Merciless in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Again, it's Miller. Had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time, we was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Going to up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yeah, I'm too up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up, ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now. I got you right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now.